Imagine you are performing in front of tens of thousands of people at the world's third largest venue. One Direction had the opportunity of a lifetime and performed at Madison Square Garden just 2 years into their careers. I am a fan of One Direction and have done research on this band, and today I will be informing you about the success of One Direction. I will be talking about when the band was first formed, how they grew to fame, and when the band ended. Let's start looking at when the band was first formed. Brittany Sims states in an online article posted by The Things digital media company that the band was formed on July 23, 2010, in season 2 of The X Factor. The X Factor was a TV show where people would audition to become the next big singer. The band consisted of Niall Horan, Harry Styles, Zayn Malik, Liam Payne, and Louis Tomlinson, who all originally auditioned as solo acts. Those that auditioned, their names would be called if they moved on to the next round of competition known as the Boot Camp Series. However, none of the boys' names were called, and they were in fact rejected. The boys were ready to go home when they were called back to the stage, and it was here that the boys were formed into a group, which would eventually lead to the best idea created. After performing Vida La Vida by Coldplay as their first performance as a band on The X Factor, Lewis Walsh, a judge at the time, stated, "You're going to be the next big boy band," and he was correct. One Direction's fame grew after they finished third on The X Factor. Instead of giving up, the boys released their debut music video, What Makes You Beautiful, on September 11, 2011. 7 years later, this video would hit 1 million views and would be their only video to do so. This music video paved the way for One Direction's future success. 1D went on to perform at the 2012 Olympics, Madison Square Garden, Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2015, and The Late Late Show with James Corden in 2015, and much more, states Brittany Sims in an online article posted by The Things. The band was the first band on the US 200 charts to have four albums debut at number 1, with their album Midnight Memories being the fastest-selling album of 2013. In addition, One Direction filmed a documentary titled One Direction, This Is Us, in 2013, which grossed $68 million worldwide, which made it the fourth highest-grossing concert film of all time. The documentary topped the box office its opening weekend, being the third concert film to do so. Lastly, One Direction's Where We Are tour was the highest-grossing tour of 2014, which led it to be the 15th highest-grossing tour of all time and the highest of all time by a vocal group. As you can see, this band was incredibly talented and successful and broke several records. However, their management was just not the best. The band's ending came soon after the leave of band member Zayn Malik during March of 2015, states Keith Caulfield in an online article posted by Billboard. Zayn claimed that he was forced to keep his young teen boy look and was not allowed to keep his beard, writes Joy Marie McKenzie in an article posted by ABC News. Another factor for his leave was his mental health issues. He was extremely overworked along with all the other band members and was just extremely stressed. In the end, the boys were due for a much-needed break. For example, the boys sold over 6.49 million US albums, made 13 official music videos, 5 albums, and performed at 1,520 concerts in just the 5 years that the band was together, states Concert Archives. The band announced their 18-month hiatus during December of 2015, states Alice Deer in an online article by Heart. The band's final performance after Zayn left was on the X Factor Season 12 finale. This was a complete full-circle moment for the boys, being able to reminisce on when the band was first created on the X Factor in Season 2. To see how far they had come must have been an incredible feeling for both the boys and the judges. To this day, the band is unfortunately no longer making music, even though the hiatus was originally only for 18 months. Fans have continued to show their support for the boys in their solo careers despite the split and hope for a return. In conclusion, One Direction will forever be known as one of the biggest boy bands on the planet. Whether the band decides to get back together or maintain split up, the fans will continue supporting the boys no matter what. After all, One Direction fans have watched the boys grow up and have grown up with the boys amongst themselves. After all, the boys auditioned on The X Factor at just 16 and 17 years old, and now we see them in their late 20s and early 30s. One Direction's success story, from once being rejected to worldwide pop stars, will forever live on for decades to come.